national as well as the futsal anthem. Shall we take a seat as we sustain the applause for Nigeria's leading University of Technology. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, my Lord spiritual and temporal, leaders of our university community, leaders of our academic community, my Lord spiritual and temporal, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of our Vice Chancellor, Professor Adenike Temidayo Olajuyigbe, I welcome all of us to the 180th Inaugural Series of our great university. Today's lecture will be titled The Wonders of Enzymes, Glamour of the Clean and Healthy Environment, will be delivered by Folasade, Mayowa, Olajuyigbe, Professor of Enzyme and Environmental Biotechnology. A round of applause for the inaugural lecture, please. In tandem with the tradition of our university, today's ceremony will be presided over by our Vice Chancellor, who today is being represented by the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Academic Professor Taiwo Timothy Amos. You are welcome, sir. A round of applause for our acting Vice Chancellor, please. Our principal officers are also here. The Deputy Vice Chancellor of Development is Professor Sunday Samuel Oluyama. A round of applause for him, please. The man that wears our P4 caps is the registrar of our institution, secretary to council, and also the chief scribe of this great university, Mr. Charles Olusegun Adeleye. The Chancellor of the Exchequer, the boss of our institution, Mr. Peter Osharuka. You are welcome, sir. The custodian of the books of Patrick University, the University Librarian, Dr. Robert Akande Awoyemi, we welcome you. The Acting Provost, College of Health Sciences, Professor Victor Upenya, you are welcome, sir. The deans of our various schools are also here. I start with the Dean School of Environmental Technology, who also doubles as the Chairman, Committee of Deans of our institution, Professor Isaac Olani Aje, we welcome you, sir. The Dean School of Agriculture and Agricultural Technology, Professor Oluwatoyin Faramade Oludamsi, you are welcome, sir. The Dean School of Basic Medical Sciences, Professor Hakim Olayipo Awa, we welcome you. Member of Council and Dean School of Computing, Professor Boniface Ayobiadeshi, you are welcome, sir. Dean School of Infrastructure, Mineral and Manufacturing Engineering, Professor Peter Ayobiadeshi, you are welcome, sir. The Dean School of Electrical and Systems Engineering, Professor Adebuoke Olajuyigbe, you are welcome, sir. Dean School of Health and Mineral Sciences, Professor Adeleye Adifowoshi, we welcome you, sir. The Dean School of Logistics and Innovation Technology is being represented here today by Dr. Joseph Odesoya, we welcome you, sir. The Dean School of Life Sciences, Professor Michael Olufemi Ashamo, you are welcome, sir. We also welcome the Dean School of Physical Sciences, Professor Femi Barnabas Adebola, you are welcome, sir. The Dean School of Postgraduate Studies, Professor Olajuyigbe, we welcome you, sir. And the Dean that controls the largest contingent of forces on campus, Dean Student Affairs Division, Professor David Olanwaju Okay, you are welcome, sir. At this juncture, it is my singular honor and privilege to invite to the podium the chairman of this occasion, our Vice Chancellor, being represented by Deputy Vice Chancellor of the Academy, Professor Taiwo Timothy Amos, to deliver his address.
The Deputy Vice Chancellor, Registrar, and other principal officers, dear present, my lords, spiritual and temporal, top government functionaries here present, the inaugural lecturer today, Professor Folasade, Mayowa, deans, directors, and heads of department, distinguished members of Senate and congregation, eminent scholars and friends of the university, gentlemen of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of our Vice Chancellor, I welcome you with great pleasure to the 180th Inaugural Lecture of the Federal University of Technology. I warmly welcome our spiritual and traditional leaders, top government functionaries, captains of industries, friends of the university, and staff and students of the university here present. Presbyterian. I am delighted to also welcome the immediate and extended family members, friends, and well-wishers of the inaugural lecture. I felicitate Professor Folasade Mayowa for this academic milestone. May I at this juncture request the inaugural lecturer to please rise while I present the citation. Olajuyigbe was born on 15th October 1971 at Igbere State. She had a secondary education at the Federal Government College, Iduali, between 1981 and 1986. After finishing from that school, she went to the Federal School of Arts and Science, Ondo, between 1986 and 1987, University of Lagos, 1987 and 1991, where she had BSc in Biochemistry. She also went to the Federal University of Technology in 2002 and obtained the MTech degree in Applied Biochemistry. She also had an MBA from the Federal University of Technology in 2003. She had a special PhD program between FUTA and University of Trieste, Italy, PhD Biochemistry in 2009. Having won the International Center of Theoretical Physics (ICTP) Sandwich Training Education Program Fellowship in 2005, and Chinubaika Foundation Faculty for the Future PhD Fellowships in 2006. I thought we would do that. Folasade Mayowa began the services of the university FUTA in December 2003 as assistant lecturer in the Department of Biotechnology and rose to the rank of professor in October 2020. Professor Folasade Mayowa has supervised over 48 masters and 9 doctoral research students. He has served as professor examiner to several universities in Nigeria. He has authored and co-authored over 55 publications in high-impact factor journals and over 1,000 citations to her credits. She is a reviewer of several academic and professional honors, among which are Science of Total Environment, IF 82, Journal of Hazardous Materials, Bioresource Technology. Professor Olajuyigbe belongs to several professional bodies, including the Nigerian Society for Biochemistry and Molecular Biology, 2004, and now American Society for Biochemistry and Molecular Biology, 2006 to date. American Association for the Advancement of Science, 2008 to date. West African Research Association, 2025. Network of Nigerian Women in Science, Electronic Engineering, and Mathematics. And Organization for Women in Science for the She is the current National Vice Chair of Professor Olajuyigbe is a recipient of many distinctions and awards. Notably among them are the Vice Chancellor Special Recognitions for Research Award in 2011, a two-time winner of the International Foundation for Science and Research Research Grant 2011 and 2024, a two-time winner of the highly competitive School Foundation Faculty for the Future Fellowship from a Swiss academic research in the University of Trieste in 2006 to 2008, and postdoctoral program at the University of Florida, US in 2011 and 2012. She was an associate in the International Center for Theoretical Physics, Trieste for 8 years, between 2009 and 2016. Recognition as a role model for women in science on 2016 International Women's Day by IFS in Sweden. Professor Olajuyigbe is also a winner of the US Food Prize Senior Research Fellowship in 2017. She also is the winner of the FUTA Vice Chancellor Special Recognition Award of Excellence for 2023. She the Civil Labs International Access Award winner for the Central Research Lab in January 2024. Professor Olajuyigbe has over 20 years of teaching and research experience. She has also held several positions in the university, including but not limited to being the director of Central Research Lab from 2023 to date. Is a member of the University Senate between 2020 from 2020 to date, and a member of the University Accreditation Committee from 2024 to date, among many others. Outside the university, Professor Olajuyigbe is a member of Mothers Union and Women's Guide, and Cathedral Jewels of Christ, St. David's Anglican Cathedral, Akure from 1999 to date. She is happily married to Reverend Dr. Ebenezer Olajuyigbe, and then the co-author two boys and two girls. One of them was the best graduate students in Africa. Enzymes are biological catalysts which speed up chemical reactions in living organisms. So what makes them the glamour of a clean and healthy environment? The lecture of today will enlighten us on how these molecular machines of the cell drive eco-friendly innovations and the roles they play in health, industry, and environmental sustainability. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, and everyone here today, we are about to listen to the 180th Inaugural Lecture of the University titled The Wonders of Enzymes. Glamour of a clean and healthy environment. Please join me in welcoming the amazing Professor
Vice Chancellor, Professor Olajuyigbe, ably represented by Deputy Vice Chancellor Academic, Professor T.T. Ames, Deputy Vice Chancellors, Academic and Development, the Registrar, all the principal officers of the University, Provosts, Deans and Directors, heads of departments and units, professors and members of the University Senate, members of the Academy, administrative and professional staff, my lords, spiritual contemporary, distinguished guests and friends of the University, ladies and gentlemen of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Presbyterians. It is with great pleasure and immense gratitude to Almighty God, the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end, the covenant-keeping God, the giver of wisdom, knowledge and understanding and my sufficiency, that I feel honored to stand before this great gathering today, 6 my journey into the fascinating world of enzymes. In 1986, I was admitted to study biochemistry at the then Ondo State University at OSUA, but I rejected the admission on my pursuit of either medicine or pharmacy. As God ordained it, my journey as a biochemist started in 1987 when I was admitted into the University of Lagos to study biology. Since my score did not reach the cut-off for admission into medicine or pharmacy, I eventually accepted the admission for BSc biology, though I preferred biochemistry to biology as I felt it was closer to medicine. Hence, I put in my best to come up with a first class in biology in the first year, to aid my change of course to biochemistry my second year. Alas, I ended up with a high second class upper CGPA, and as the second best in the department of biology. The then head of biology department, Dr. Biotechnology, now Professor Biotechnology retired, did not want to release me from biology to biochemistry, but with my plea that I would only be acting biochemistry, he graciously released me, and I was one day accepted into the department of biochemistry under the direction of late Professor Ivo Acknowledgements for my second year. The course which I was initially admitted to study at OSUA in 1986. I still attended JAM even in the second year for pharmacy at Olajuyigbe University, OAU. But then I scored 251, while the cut-off mark was 259. With that, I made up my mind to settle with biochemistry and sought God's help to be fulfilled and fruitful in the field of biochemistry. I thank God for answering my own prayer of 1988. I got interested in enzymology and my career biochemistry as they were the only options available for me for 1996-1997 admission into the Applied Biochemistry program in Futon. With the vision of our primary research to solving problems in healthcare and environment, I had the motivation to go into the enzymology and biotechnological applications of microbial enzymes with my MTech thesis on production and some physicochemical properties of acid proteins from Aspergillus NRL 1785. I started my teaching and research career in 2003 as an assistant lecturer after spending 5 years as senior administrative officer in the Joint Admissions and Application Board, John Polo State Office, Akure, from December 1990 to December 2003. My research interest later extended to thermostable alkaline processes, which have applications in the detergent, food, and leather industries, prompting my initial PhD research on bacteriographic studies on thermostable alkaline processes from bacillus species isolated from selected Nigeria hot springs. I started research on this topic, having won my first IFS research grant in November 2004. I later won the International Center for Theoretical Physics Sandwich Training Additional Program Fellowship in 2005 to work on the project in a space-time program between State of Excellence in Biotechnology, University of Italy, and Futon. My assigned PhD supervisor, Professor Silvano Jeremia, at the University of Italy, was more into enzymes and drug targets, and preferred me to work on HIV proteins and drug targets against HIV/AIDS. After some insightful discussion with him, and my PhD supervisor in Nigeria, my PhD thesis title was changed to Biochemical Studies on HIV proteins, biochemical investigation on potential inhibitors and drug resistant mutants. With the new PhD research proposal, I applied for the Chicago Information Faculty for the Future, and I won the scholarship for my PhD research for 2 uninterrupted years, 2006 to 2008, at the University of Italy, after the first month of my ICT fellowship. After ending my PhD, I went for my postdoctoral and environmental biotechnology. Some of my group projects have been supported by IFSA, ICTP, Nigeria Tech Fund, IPR and NRF, Fulbright, and ICGP, while others have been self-funded. What are enzymes? Enzymes are biological catalysts that speed up the rate of chemical reactions in living organisms without being consumed in the process, as shown in Figure 1. These enzymes are proteins and occasionally ribonucleic acid, known as ribozymes. They display enormous catalytic power, accelerating reaction rates as much as 10^21 over uncatalyzed reactions. Enzymes are very selective, both in the substrate they act upon and in the reaction they catalyze. The activity of an enzyme is affected by temperature, pH, cofactors, coenzymes, and inhibitors, a characteristic which guides the applications of these enzymes. Enzymes can be obtained from plants, animals, and microorganisms. Microbial enzymes. Microbial enzymes are preferred to animal and plant enzymes for industrial applications because they are more stable, they are easier to produce, they require less space and time for cultivation, and they are cost effective. They offer high consistency and can be optimized and modified more easily. Mayowa 2024. Over the past 25 years, my research interests have been on enzymes of industrial and biotechnological importance, starting from the type as Biotechnology, NRL 1785 in 1999. Olajuyigbe 2003, Olajuyigbe and 2006, to wild bacteria and fungi isolated from diverse environmental samples. From 2004 to date, Olajuyigbe and 2005, Olajuyigbe 2025. The interplay between enzymology and enzyme biotechnology. Enzymology and enzyme biotechnology are intertwined fields. Enzymology is a branch of biochemistry that studies enzymes through relationship between their structure and function, the mechanism of their action, and how they can be regulated. While enzyme biotechnology is a branch of applied biochemistry that deals with the application of enzymes in real-world settings such as industry, medicine, environment, agriculture, and renewable energy based on their remarkable specificity, efficiency, and other characteristics. The interplay between enzymology and enzyme biotechnology centers around understanding enzyme structure, function, and kinetics to optimize their applications. The wonders of enzymes. Enzymes are key to enhancing environmental sustainability by providing eco-friendly alternatives to harmful chemical processes across various industries. In waste management, they help break down pollutants and organic waste, aiding in composting and bioremediation. In agriculture, enzymes improve soil health and reduce nutrient runoff while optimizing water use. The textile and detergent industries also benefit as enzymes replace harsh chemicals, improve the efficiency of detergents, reduce water pollution and energy consumption. Additionally, enzymes support the production of biofuels and sustainable materials. In drug development, enzymes serve as targets for treating diseases, offering more precise treatments that minimize ecological impacts. By replacing harmful chemicals and promoting natural processes, enzymes contribute to a greener, and more sustainable environment, adding a glamorous touch to industrial and environmental practices. My contributions to knowledge. Madam Vice Chancellor, my research over the years has really focused on the structure-function relationship of enzymes and the applications in industrial medicine, as well as in the manipulation of environmental pollutants and environmental bioremediation. My research publications have received about 1,000 citations, which demonstrate the global impact of my research, with H index of 16 and I-10 index of 20. repository of thermostable enzymes. 2. Development of HIV/AIDS drugs through X-ray crystallography studies on HIV proteins complex with inhibitors. 3. Optimized production and characterization of crude, purified, and immobilized enzymes for industrial and environmental applications. 4. Development of improved enzymatic processes for converting neglected illicit agricultural waste to fermentable sugars. And 5. Biodegradation of environmental pollutants and environmental regulation using free and immobilized enzymes and microbes. Discovery of Nigerian Acknowledgements as repository of thermostable enzymes. Madam Vice Chancellor, my research team explored the biotechnology potential of the Prof hospital in Ekiti State, Southwest Nigeria, and Landway offspring at Glamour State, Northeast Nigeria, with temperatures ranging from 37 degrees Celsius up to 55 degrees Celsius, in search of thermophilic microbes that produce highly thermostable enzymes. Olajuyigbe, 2005, published the first scientific report on Prof offspring, Southwest Nigeria, as out of several thermophilic bacteria with the potential of producing thermostable alkaline proteins for use in detergents, leather, food, and waste processing industries. We reported the production dynamics of proteins from thermophilic bacillus maceras (BM11), Bacillus geniformis (BL17), and Bacillus subtilis (BS10), isolated from the Prof offspring, as shown in Figure 2. These bacillus species exhibited optimal production of proteins at pH 8.0 and temperature of 60 degrees Celsius. Remarkably, my research group also published the first report on thermostable alkaline proteins from Bacillus geniformis NHS-B005, isolated from Landway offspring, Mayowa State, Northeast Nigeria, Olajuyigbe and Prof 2011. The purified proteins, as shown in Figure 3, demonstrated inactivity and stability within alkaline pH, extremes of temperature, and in the presence of some catalysts, which suggests the suitability for use in detergent industries. Findings from our lab provided insight into the biotechnology potential of the microbial flora of Nigerian worm and offsprings and industrial applications of the enzymes they produce, Olajuyigbe 2015A. Development of HIV/AIDS drugs through X-ray crystallography studies on HIV proteins complex with inhibitors. HIV proteins, as shown in Figure 4, with structures solved by Olajuyigbe et al. 2010, is an excellent target for antiretroviral therapy due to its crucial role in the life cycle of the human immunodeficiency virus HIV. Inhibitors of HIV proteins target the active site of the proteins to inhibit the activity of the enzyme, which leads to the production of non-infectious viral particles. Protease inhibitors-based therapies have had good success in improving the lives of infected people. In the form of highly active antiretroviral therapy, Patch et al. 2016. Olajuyigbe et al. 2011 provided insight into the potency of FDA HIV protease inhibitors using the crystallographic approach. Having found large inconsistencies in earlier reported inhibition constant of FDA-approved protease inhibitors, such as ritonavir and sacubitril, where several studies of the survey were compared, Olajuyigbe 2011 co-crystallized mixtures of ritonavir and sacubitril in a range of 1 to 1 to 50 to 1, which resulted in growth of single crystals of suitable size for high-resolution X-ray diffraction, as shown in Figure 5. Our analysis of the 4 crystal structures of proteins ritonavir sacubitril solved at near atomic resolutions, as shown in Table 1, revealed that crystal forms were dependent on the occupancy of either of the inhibitors, sacubitril or ritonavir, in the active site of the proteins. At low ritonavir sacubitril concentrations, between 1 to 1 and 5 to 1, the protease sacubitril complex was dominant, and at higher ratios, protease ritonavir was found, as shown in Figure 6. HIV protease inhibitors. Olajuyigbe 2016 described experiments that opened a pathway for the development of new stereospecific protease inhibitors from a reactive lead compound. Madam Vice Chancellor, in advancing drug development against HIV/AIDS, my research team reported a new class of peptide-based inhibitors, PPX, of HIV-1 proteins, as shown in Figure 7, which was designed for irreversible binding to the proteins, Benedict et al. 2015. We reported a crucial role played by the configuration of the peptide cards as shown in Figure 8 in determining the binding affinity of the proteins. In Olajuyigbe 2016, we unveiled a new possibility for reaction initiation on crystals of proteins complex with unreactive inhibitor. We reported an in situ epoxide ring opening triggered by pH change in the mother solution of the crystal from pH 6.0 to 9.0 as in Figure 9, which led to the formation of a new inhibitor containing amino alcohol functions. The reported experiment would be valuable in the design of future generations of stereospecific in HIV protease and peptide-based antiviral drugs. My third contribution to knowledge: optimized production and characterization of purified and immobilized enzymes for industrial and environmental applications. My research will characterize several microbial enzymes and establish their potentials for applications in industry, agriculture, and bioremediation. We also identify optimal process parameters for their enhanced production. Among them were 1. Novel alkaline proteases for use in detergent formulation. My research will produce unstable alkaline proteases from alkaline bacteria, which include Bacillus amelifasciens, Bacillus coagulans, and Bacillus brevis, with novel characteristics such as auto temperature of 60 degrees Celsius, auto pH of 8.0, and remarkable stability over broad pH. Organic solvent tolerance, activation by calcium ions, and compatibility with detergents, as demonstrated in Figures 10 to 12. Olajuyigbe and Mayowa 2013, Olajuyigbe and Mayowa 2013, Olajuyigbe and Folasade 2014. The characteristics exhibited by this enzyme demonstrated their commercial viability potential for use in detergent formulation as safe and environmentally friendly laundry additive. We also identified process parameters for enhanced process production for Bacillus cheese, Olajuyigbe and Mayowa 2013, Olajuyigbe and Mayowa 2013. 2. Extremely stable pH versatile and thermostable lactate for use in various industrial and environmental processes. Lactases are enzymes which catalyze reactions involving phenols, polyphenols, liquid industrial gas, pesticides, and other aromatic environmental pollutants. In Olajuyigbe and Mayowa 2017, we reported an extremely stable pH versatile and thermostable purified lactate for sporotric scanners with broad substrate specificity. The purified lactate retains 56% of its original activity at 80 degrees Celsius after 180 minutes of incubation with very good kinetic parameters, as shown in Figure 14. The characteristics of lactate from sporotric scanners demonstrate the suitability of the enzyme for various industrial applications and environmental bioremediation. 3. Thermostable extracellular phytase from Bacillus species to reduce phosphorus pollution in the environment. By Vice Chancellor, in order to overcome the challenge of phosphorus pollution in the environment caused by undigested phytic acid in animal waste, my research will produce, purify, and optimize the yield of bacterial phytases which can be used as animal feed supplements. First Moye et al. 2014, Olajuyigbe 2015b. And 4. Thermostable rodents from Aspergillus welchii, LOT1, for converting cyanide to a less harmful product. By researching in collaboration with the research My fourth contribution to knowledge. Development of improved enzymatic processes for converting neglected lignocellulosic agricultural waste to fermentable sugars. Madam Vice Chancellor, for over a decade, members of my research group have engaged in research on converting lignocellulosic agricultural waste to wealth, showing enzymes as a cleanup tool for a cleaner environment. At different times, we have broken down lignocellulosic waste generated from agricultural activities such as corn cob, wheat bran, coconut husk, sugarcane bagasse, and many others into fermentable sugars, which can be further converted to biofuels to reduce dependence on fossil fuels and mitigate climate change. Obuyewa and Olajuyigbe 2016, Olajuyigbe 2018, Olajuyigbe 2019B, Olajuyigbe 2020, in Olajuyigbe 2018, we reported biological unification as an environmentally friendly pre-treatment method for enhanced enzymatic hydrolysis for various types of agro waste, and the fermentation processes using a lignolithic bacterium Stenotrophomonas species CLB09 as shown in Table 2 for biodegradation of agro residues. Madam Vice Chancellor, in February 2025, we reported 2 aquagenous species which were viable bioresources with capacity to utilize concord for the production of high yield of olocellulose required for biomass purification in biorefineries, figure 22. Aside the analytic activity of microbial cellulose and any cellulose on agricultural waste, my research also investigated the bioconversion of different types of pure cellulosic substrate, alpha cellulose, carbohydrate cellulose, and methyl cellulose, using hydrolytic enzyme from Fusarium altisporum, Olajuyigbe 2016, Olajuyigbe 2017, as shown in figures 23 and 24. It is also worth mentioning that my research group applied the technique of consolidated biosaccharification to lignocellulosic biomass using cocktail of enzymes as strategy to overcome biomass recalcitrance and enhance bioconversion of fructated corn cob and sugarcane bagasse to reducing sugars as shown in figure 26, Olajuyigbe et al. 2025. And my fifth major contribution to knowledge is in biodegradation of environmental pollutants and environmental bioremediation using free and immobilized enzymes and microbes. Madam Vice Chancellor, I'm happy to highlight my research contributions to the biodegradation of environmental pollutants, including crude oil, bisphenol A, F, and S, textile dyes, plastics, and herbicides, which have become persistent in our natural environment due to human activities, industrial processes, agricultural practices, and waste mismanagement. My research group has recently worked on advanced bioremediation as a sustainable solution to environmental pollution since 2014 through biodegradation of environmental pollutants. Olajuyigbe 2015C, Olajuyigbe 2016, Olajuyigbe 2018, Olajuyigbe 2019, Olajuyigbe 2020, Olajuyigbe 2020, Adetuyigbe 2024, Olajuyigbe 2024, among others. Biodegradation of crude oil hydrocarbons. In Olajuyigbe 2016 and Olajuyigbe 2020, we reported the effectiveness of some actinobacteria and bacteria isolated from crude oil spill sites in Oguniland, River State, South Nigeria, in the degrading crude oil hydrocarbons as shown in figure 27. We suggested their potential application in bioremediation strategies to address environmental pollution caused by petroleum hydrocarbons. Olajuyigbe Enforcement 2020 also reported more significant level of crude oil degradation in soil or remediated with inorganic fertilizer NPK than with cow dung. Multiplication of bisphenol A by free and immobilized lactase. My research group reported an extracellular lactase purified from Salmonella fabiani, which was a deficient blood catalyst in free and immobilized forms. Olajuyigbe 2019A. Our findings showed that immobilized lactase had higher stability and higher bisphenol A degradation efficiency than free enzyme, as shown in Figure 28. We established that the immobilized lactase from Salmonella fabiani possess more potential for biotechnology applications than the free lactase, especially in bioremediation of BPA-contaminated sites. The publication by Olajuyigbe 2019 has received over 100 citations from 2019 till date, demonstrating the global impact of this bioremediation and application of potent research. Biodegradation of textile dyes by immunity enzymes. In Olajuyigbe 2021b, we reported effective depolarization of some textile dyes as shown in Figure 29 through the production of lignolytic enzymes by a lignolytic bacterium, Stenotrophomonas species CLP09, Olajuyigbe 2018. These dyes, commonly found in industrial areas, pose significant environmental challenges due to their persistence and toxicity. We reported that Stenotrophomonas species CLP09 produce lignolytic enzymes, lactase, lignin peroxidase, and manganese peroxidase, which depolarize 5 commercial lignin dyes in a concerted effort. Biodegradation of plastics. Polyethylene terephthalate, PET, by microbial PETs and lipase. In order to overcome the global threats to the environment due to plastic-based pollution, especially the polyethylene terephthalate PET commonly used in packaging industries, Biotechnology and Olajuyigbe 2024 determined the optimum conditions for activity of the enzymes PETs and lipase that degrade PET. We also reported the remarkable biodegradation efficiency of extracts from Serratia massicis using scanning electron microscopy and Fourier transform infrared spectrometry, Figures 31 and 32. Our findings reveal the potential self-free extract from S massicins for industrial and domestic remediation of PET waste, Biotechnology and Olajuyigbe 2024. This can be extended to other PETs and lipase producing microorganisms. Next, the biodegradation of herbicides by immobilized lactase on chitosan arginate nanoparticles. In an 2 years law of 2024, we reported that lactase immobilized on chitosan arginate nanoparticles achieved 100% degradation of 50 mg per liter of 2,4-dichlorophenoxy acetic acid and herbicide, whose widespread contamination of soil and water poses risks to animal and human health. Figure 33 says it all. Furthermore, the nanoparticle material exhibited the capacity to absorb 71% of the herbicide, enhancing the degradation process. We describe lactase immobilized on nanoparticles as efficient and eco-friendly tool for addressing herbicide contamination in the environment. This should promote immobilization of lactase and other enzymes on nanoparticles for environmental cleanup. And finally, environmental bioremediation using free and immobilized microbes. Madam Vice Chancellor, Olajuyigbe 2028 reported that bioremediation treatments of water contaminated with crude oil improved water quality for tilapia, Olopromis niloticus, under crude oil pollution as shown in Figures 34 and 25. In addition, my research group, in collaboration with the research group of Prof. tissues of juvenile African catfish, Clarias garipianus, in BPS and BPF contaminated water. Ajayi Eto 2023, Olajuyigbe Eto 2023, Amugun Eto 2023. We reviewed the use of immobilized bacterial consortiums as an efficient and cost-effective ground remediation tool, while we provided evidence-based decisions for selecting immobilized microbes as safe ground remediation technology. Ongoing research. Madam Vice Chancellor, chief among the ongoing projects is the international project on development of bifunctional chimeric enzymes, possessing both immunolytic and cellulolytic activities for simultaneous delignification and saccharification of algal residues. This ongoing research, of which I'm the principal investigator, is in collaboration with the Microbial Engineering Research Group of Dr. Shams Yazdani at ICGB India, and the research group of Dr. Andrina Mukopayi of Lawrence Berkeley National Laboratory, California, under the United States Department of Energy, Joint Bioenergy Institute, MRV. The PhD student working on the project is Mokola Joshua, a Fulbright junior scholar and former ICGB doctoral fellow. The project aims to develop a cost-effective production of reducing sugars from untreated corn kernel. Future outlook. Pressing on in my teaching career as professor, I look forward to collaborating with relevant industries and environmental protection agencies that wish to embrace the application of microbial enzymes in their bioprocesses for enhanced productivity and cost-effectiveness of operations. In addition, I plan to place better focus on mentoring junior colleagues and graduate students across Nigeria and abroad in the field of enzymology, enzyme biotechnology, and environmental bioremediation. Furthermore, I envision my research group growing in global relevance, tackling pressing health and environmental challenges, and making a lasting impact on both scientific community and industry. Finally, I plan to make more contributions to women empowerment through capacity building and mentoring of women and girls in science. My conclusions. Madam Vice Chancellor, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, in the past few minutes, I have presented my major contributions to knowledge in the field of enzyme and environmental biotechnology. This inaugural lecture has highlighted the remarkable versatility of enzymes in biotechnology and industry, with a focus on health and environmental sustainability. The lectures emphasize the significance of microbial enzymes, offering cost-effective, eco-friendly, and more efficient sustainable alternatives to chemical catalysts in industrial applications. HIV protease, a viral enzyme, was also shown as a promising drug target for drug development against HIV/AIDS. I've also highlighted the role of glycosyl biomass converting enzymes for the production of reducing sugars for biofuels, which helps to reduce reliance on fossil fuels and mitigate climate change. Furthermore, the significance of microbial enzymes in non-degradation of environmental pollutants and bioremediation, providing innovative and eco-friendly solutions for environmental cleanup was also discussed. As we move forward in the 21st century, the glamour of enzymes will continue to shine brightly, knowing that enzymes are pivotal in advancing industry, health, and environmental protection, not just in Nigeria, but globally. My recommendations. Madam Vice Chancellor, based on insight from this inaugural lecture, I wish to make the following recommendations. 1. Government should allocate more funding and resources to research and development in enzyme biotechnology. This will encourage more research on enzymes for practical environmental solutions, such as bioremediation, waste treatment, and pollution control. 2. Government should create policies that promote the adoption of microbial enzyme technologies across key industries like detergents, agriculture, food processing and waste management. This may include tax incentives and subsidies for companies using enzymes to replace harmful chemicals, reduce waste, and lower environmental impacts. 3. Collaborative projects on enzymes as drug targets should be promoted by pharmaceutical industry and government through offer of research grants to researchers in academia working on the development of enzyme-based therapeutic interventions for different diseases. 4. Enzyme biotechnology researchers should partner more with relevant industries and environmental management agencies to identify their challenges and provide relevant solutions through collaborative projects. And finally, governments and academic institutions should collaborate to establish dedicated enzyme resource centers on microbial biobank facilities that focus on the collection, characterization, and distribution of microbial strains with proven capacity for enzyme production. This will serve as repositories for industrially relevant enzymes, facilitating easy access for researchers and industries aiming to develop green technologies. Acknowledgements. I will speak of the mercies of the Lord forever, with my mouth will I make known the faithfulness of God to all generations. Psalm 89 verse 1. Because it's not of him that willeth, of him that runneth, but of God that has shown me mercy. God has exalted my horn like that of a unicorn, and has anointed my head with fresh oil. Psalm 92 verse 10. I thank the Ancient of Days, who created me for his pleasure, to show forth the glory of his name through my teaching and research career. He has made me a crown of glory in his hand, and a royal garden in his loving arms. Isaiah 62 verse 3. All thanks, praise, and adoration to God for taking me to the peak of my career and for granting me the wisdom and grace to deliver this 180th inaugural lecture to the glory of his name. Many permit me to recognize and appreciate wonderful people who are so dear to me and who God has used to contribute in different capacities to my career progression. I eagerly look forward to this day being celebrated in the presence of my loving, caring, and selfless parents of blessed memory, Captain Johnson Arundade retired, and Mrs. Rebecca Arundade, who gave me the best in all things, believed in me, respected my choices, always celebrated my little wins, gave me awards right from childhood for excellent academic performance, tried me to be a good example to my younger brothers, and prayed without ceasing for me, and my siblings with prophetic declarations, calling me a global professor even when I was still a younger lecturer. I'm forever grateful to you for giving me a good life, much love, and a very solid educational foundation in the fear of God. Thank you for a limitless legacy. I'm also very grateful to my late parents-in-law, Chief John Ojo and Chief Mrs. Elizabeth Olajuyigbe, who were so loving and caring to me in their lifetime, always demonstrating their support towards my career growth. At the same time, Professor Peter Adeni, former Vice Chancellor of this great city of Delhi, whom God used to increase the quota for employment of assistant lecturers in the chemistry department from 3 to 4, based on my brilliant performance at the interview in October 2003. I also acknowledge the contributions of other past vice chancellors, Professor Adebisi Balogun, who recognized my academic achievements and research excellence by presenting the award of Vice Chancellor's Special Recognition for Research to me in 2011. I sincerely appreciate the support and encouragement that came with the award. It came at a time I was thinking of quitting the system due to some devastating challenges faced at that time. I also thank the late Professor Idaramola, during whose tenure I won the Fulbright Senior Research Scholar Award, and many thanks to Professor Joseph Adiola, who announced my promotion to the rank of professor and allocated a space to my research group to house all research equipment procured through my telephone NRF and ICD CRP research grants. I was specially recognized present supervisor, Professor Mayowa, retired, for being a role model to me. I thank my NTech and PhD supervisor, Nigeria component, Professor Joshua Olajuyigbe, a caring father and mentor, indeed, who gave me good that I'm happy to follow my passion for research projects in Enzyme Biotechnology. I also acknowledge with thanks. I equally thank you for being the sitting dean of the department, sitting head of the department who supported my application to FUTA in 2003 as assistant lecturer, and for his contribution to the successful delivery of this inaugural lecture. I acknowledge with thanks the contribution of my co-supervisor of Enzyme, late Professor Olajuyigbe. I'm also very grateful to my PhD co-supervisor, Italy component, Professor Jeremiah, for exposing me to the world of drug crystallography and drug discovery, providing effective mentorship on paper writing and poster presentations. I sincerely thank Professor Olajuyigbe for being my mentor and guiding angel at the beginning of my career journey as assistant lecturer. She introduced me to third world organization for many science tours, now Organization for Many Science for the Development of Global. She encouraged me to join as a member, and I joined. Today, I serve as National Vice Chairperson for WSD Nigeria. She also gave me the web address of International Foundation for Science Sweden and told me to apply for research grant in 2004, which I did and won. I appreciate the mentorship provided by Maryland scholar, Professor on the act of applying for research grants in the first half of 2004. Thank you, sir, for guiding me through the process of applying for my first IFS research grant. I sincerely appreciate Professor of University of Hamburg, Germany, who nominated me for Nature Travel Grant and full conference support to attend my first Gordon Research Conference on computer-aided drug design in Vermont, USA in 2011. I acknowledge with thanks the contributions of Emeritus Professor Tom Blundell, University of Cambridge, and Professor Prof for the Elsevier Archives of Biochemistry and Biophysics Young Investigator Award for winning the Best Poster Presentation Award at Race in Enzyme Conference and St. Malo, France. That was in 2008. I thank all my research associates and collaborators in the United States of America, India, Italy, and United Kingdom. Professor Ben, Professor Masabro, Dr. Abdullah Mukupayi, Dr. Shadia Dali, Dr. Alfred Hernandez-Gasly, Professor Meniko Ritzi, and Dr. Sylvia Ormston. I thank FUTA, ICTP, Shore Foundation, United States Government, IFSOD, TEDFON, and ICTP for supporting my career progression through scholarships, fellowship, research grants, and awards. I thank my colleagues in the Department of Biochemistry for their cooperation, starting the head of the department, Professor Esin Akimolaki, all professors, other academic and non-academic staff as listed of parents. My deep appreciation goes to the Associate Director, Bishop and Prayer Diocese, Most Reverend Dr. Senior and Princess Christiana Adetubibo, Sifa, for their consistent love and prayers for my family. Permit me to use Most Reverend Professor George and Mrs. Esther Lashley before retired as point of contact to appreciate all spiritual leaders listed on slides. I thank the Dean of the Cathedral, all archdeacons, canons, reverend, and all the church workers, clergy-wise, and all African communion family and prayer houses as listed for their love and prayers. I equally thank the Cathedral Jewels of Christ, Cathedral Life Society, and EFA for being part of my career journey. I'm very much indebted to all members of Grace Anglican Church, the fellow estates and prayer, for their unwavering love and prayerful support towards my career progression. I'm also grateful to the family of retired Right Reverend Professor Joseph and late Mrs. Olajuyigbe for their love for my family. Furthermore, I thank the Gideons International and Red Camp for their love and friendship. I thank my colleagues in the Enzyme unit, Department of Biochemistry for their support and cooperation over the years. I sincerely appreciate all my academic mentees, alumni, and current members of the Biotech Laboratory, FUTA, for their research contributions and deep commitment to our research group, and much more for your great support for the success of this inaugural lecture. I also appreciate the other dentists across the globe. I'm grateful to my secondary schoolmate at LGC Dwight, the 1986 graduating class as listed. I appreciate all INAG alumni, most especially my brethren, at the Lagos Varsity Christian Union LVC graduating class of 1991. Alumni of the Christian Focus for GCCA Benny 91-92 said, and Campus Christian Fellowship, Nigeria of Fellowship today, CCMI First Future as listed. I appreciate all members and landladies of Right to Estate and Prayer. I appreciate the love and peace we share. I thank all my former colleagues and staff of JAM, Fast Chemical Company, and Apata Memorial High School Lagos for the cooperation I enjoyed while with them. I'm also grateful to my love family friends as listed for being part of my career progression. I sincerely appreciate and thank all the Olajuyigbes, home and abroad, for their love and prayerful support to my career progression. Especially my immediate neighbors, Mrs. Yanisi Ogunrigbe, Mrs. Kika Omoajai, Dr. Ketoka and Mrs. Olajuyigbe, Mr. Richard and Mrs. Sholapo Folajobi, Mr. Olufemi and Mrs. Taiwo Olajuyigbe, Mr. Okoye Olajuyigbe, Mr. Abiodun and Mrs. Olanike Akinolewa, and my stepmother-in-law, Madam Florence Olajuyigbe. In addition, I appreciate the thanks, the prayers and prophetic declarations of my big daddy and mommy, Venerable Emmanuel and Mrs. Comfort Abe retired. My sincere gratitude also goes to all their daddies, home and abroad, especially my lovely auntie, Madam Rachel Obushanti. I'm very grateful to all the Olatunid, Babalolas, and Obucheniloas for the different roles played in my career progression. I thank my big brother, Reverend Dr. Moses Babatunde Arobunade, for his contribution to my career journey since my secondary school days, especially for teaching me the song I used to memorize the first 20 elements in chemistry during the long vacation prior to my form 3. I'm very indebted to my little sister and brother, together with their spouses, Engineer Folasade and Mr. Taiwo Olajuyigbe, for being so loving and supportive in my career journey. I'm very grateful to my ever-loving and caring siblings and their darling wives, Major General Daddy and Mrs. Kenisona Arubudade, Professor Olajuyigbe and Mrs. Bukota Arubudade, Dr. Dai and Mrs. Funyola Arubudade, and Engineer Jibo and Engineer Mrs. Anukwako Arubudade. Thank you very much for your contribution towards the successful delivery of the lecture. Thank you for the love we share. God bless you. My heartfelt gratitude goes to my loving, caring, wonderful, and careful children in whom I'm very happy. freedom to thank you all for your strength, the patience and understanding. Anytime I was away from home, studying abroad while you were very young, you encouraged me with the courage and love you demonstrated through it all. Your sacrifice meant so much to me, much more than words can express. Thank you for being a solid support system and part of the successful Enzyme story. I love you all. I pray that Lord will make you into great relations in Jesus' name. Madam Vice Chancellor, permit me to appreciate the bone of my bone.
Can we sustain the applause? It's tremendous. But as our manner is in Africa, we still need to acknowledge some people. Every one of us who has come today is appreciated on behalf of our Vice Chancellor and the entire community of Federal University of Nigeria. We want to appreciate especially some individuals. And I will start with our emeritus professor, Professor Folasade. I am Professor Yofana, former rector of Federal Polytechnic and chairman of the Governing Council of the State. Professor I also want to acknowledge Professor Joshua and the supervisor of the Mayowa. Director of Federal School of Surveying. Chief Sonia, member, Professor Rose Angela Kimba, DBCA, University of Medical Sciences, you are welcome. Professor Olajuyigbe, DBCA, University of Education, you are welcome. Professor Fatusi, Vice Chancellor, University of Medical Sciences, Tony Oyemi, representing Commission for Women Affairs and Social Development, Ekiti State. Captain A.O. Oni, Nigerian Army. Reverend Philip Aboderi, St. Simon, Futa. Dr. Samuel Bidoi, Director, Sector Commander, FRS. Engineer Adedoyi, Ministry of Works. You are welcome. Dr. O.S. Olajuyigbe, University of Science and Technology. You are welcome. Otunba Bolide Afolabi Idapo Akure. Venerable and Mrs. Mayowa Yatui, you are welcome. OWSG, EXU branch, you are all appreciated. OWSG, that branch, can be recognized. You are welcome. Futa Women Forum. Mrs. Olumimi Adebayo, a special friend of the inaugural lecture. I also want to recognize His Grace, Most Reverend Dr. Simon Rodin, Bishop of Acknowledgements, Bishop of the Local, his wife, Mama and Daddy, Mayowa. Most Reverend George Olajuyigbe, retired Archbishop and Bishop of Mondo Diocese and the wife. Right Reverend Dr. Ebel Adibolu, Anglican Bishop of Ileruji Diocese. Venerable and Mrs. Adu B. Esu, S.O. and Reverend Joe Lu, representing Bishop of the West Diocese. Venerable Professor E.O. Dada, retired, St. John's Anglican Church, Director. All clergy from Anglican Diocese, Ileruji, F1 and Akure, were engaged. Dr. Gideon Papa, Secretary, Trade Union Congress, Ondo State. We are welcome. Thank you, sir. Nico General Dele Arobulade and his wife, the younger brother of the inaugural lecture. Very Reverend Moses Arobulade, brother. Professor Mrs. Dubia, sister, Mr. Daniel Olajuyigbe, son. Mr. David Olajuyigbe, son. And I want to also recognize all the Olajuyigbe family, all Olajuyigbe family who are indeed welcome. I would also like to acknowledge all our Olajuyigbe family present here at this occasion. Finally, I must recognize Reverend Canon Dr. Ebenezer. Thank you also for coming.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, before we round off this program, I have a couple of announcements. Before then, while we were taking some new skimming, you know, at the beginning of my introduction, I said FUTA is the best university of technology in Nigeria. Undisputably so, because that this year's international scholarship has been, Erasmus scholarship has been released. 51 was given to Nigeria, and out of that, we, by our last count, FUTA has 20. Ask that all professors should remain seated after the aggression, as it were, of the possession of the Vice Chancellor. I also ask that members of the WSD should wait at the car park. Some persons would attend to them. All Anglican church members should wait at the front of the hall. We have arrangement to attend to them. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, for the students, immediately after now, I would advise where you should go. For now, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, great Futarians, let's rise for the Futa as well as the national anthem. Chancellor leaves the auditorium, will remain standing.
Again,